Hey everybody, welcome back to Noel's Tiny Kitchen. We are back at home and we are going to get into part two of our potato series. Today we're going to do some mashed potatoes and they're going to be really yummy, and I hope you pay attention. There's some cool things that we're going to do about it. Last month in June we did our scalloped potatoes, which were honestly breathtaking. No lie. So please, if you haven't watched that, there'll be a link in this back to the channel. Subscribe, like it, but try those scallop au gratin potatoes. So today we're making mashed potatoes, like I said. Stick with me. We're going to get into it. I've already started cutting some up, and one of the most important things we're going to do is make sure that our dice is uniform, or at least relatively uniform. Like we talked about the importance of the mandolin last month, having the dice really close is going to be very important. Same rules, right? Or same reasoning anyway. That larger pieces are going to cook slower than smaller pieces. So we're looking for them about the size of a traditional dice, right? And that way, if we're keeping pretty consistent on that, they're going to cook very uniformly, and you're not going to have some that are really soft and mashy and watery, and others that are still really firm and hard. So we're going to do that. So get your knife, make sure your knife is sharp and right, nice. And I go for those, finger thick slices. In all directions, right? I'm going to come back. And once you've got those all cut up, they're going to be ready to go into your water. And we want to start our pot with cold water. It keeps the potato from getting fuzzy, right? It keeps them firm. And these are Yukon Golds. We want them to have a nice, waxy, very nice shell to them. And they tend to stay together nicely as you boil them, as opposed to like a russet or something that's really heavily waxy like a red potato. Those can all be used for sure, but these are my favorites and I like the end result. Good. So we've got our potatoes nice and diced, and we're going to put them into our water. Like I said, we've got a pot of cool or cold water, and we're going to add them to that. Then we're going to season that pot just a little bit, just a little salt and pepper. And we're going to bring those to a boil, and we're going to check them periodically. They should take, kind of depending on how that boil is and how much material you're dealing with, it's going to take about 20 minutes or so. So we'll jump back, but at the same time, we're going to take this little pot and we're going to fill this with some heavy cream, some butter, which seems redundant, I know. But we're going to put in some garlic, salt, pepper, some herbs, rosemary, sage, some thyme, and we're going to let that simmer, because that's what's going to make the magic for these mashed potatoes happen. Okay, so let me add these. I'm going to put them on. Let's see this thing start the first time. Oh, that's all right. I need that going anyway. And let's hope that they don't splash too much. All right, nice cool water. I'll do some fancy pink Himalayan sea salt. And we'll start those going. Now let's get some heavy cream. Now, lots of times it's a great practice to keep your ingredients out on the counter, right, and go with it. But in Noel's Tiny Kitchen, it ends up being a giant cluster. So I have to put them away and come back and reach for them and do it that way because I run out of counter space real quickly. We're going to put in some cream. So, hey, how many potatoes are you going to use in your pot of mashed potatoes? That's a great question, and a lot of people ask that. I am looking for about a nice sized potato per person, and then plus one. If I've got 5 people, it's going to be plus 1. If I've got 10 people, it's going to be plus 2. So a potato per person plus 1 for every 5 people, thereabouts. And that should keep it. And then for every 5 potatoes, I'm looking at about 1 small container of heavy whipping cream, and then maybe just a little bit more, just like the extra potato. We're going to add just a little extra cream because we want it to be creamy. So the star of the show is in the pot and getting hot, right? And we've got our cream and our butter simmering. We've put some herbs in there. Come on over, take a look. Okay, we've got a little sage in there, a little rosemary, some garlic, and a little salt, a little pepper. All right, all our favorite stuff, right? And so the
a little awkward movement.
so the sideshow is going to be our fried chicken, and we're going to do some corn on the cob on this beautiful summer night, and then hopefully we won't get cramps when we go out into the pool and go swimming. So a little bit more herbs for the chicken, for the fried chicken mix. We're going to do, so we've, again, not to start the show, but to keep you in the loop, we're doing some, we've soaked our chicken in buttermilk and some seasoning for the last 24 hours, and we're going to coat it in some breadcrumbs, some flour, and not, when I say breadcrumbs, I should clarify, it's panko. All right. So the difference between panko and regular breadcrumbs is panko is made with only the inside of the bread, right? There's no, it doesn't have any of the crust on that. That's what makes panko, when it fries, so fluffy and crispy and crunchy. So it adds that extra layer of texture to it. And we're going to put in some paprika, some salt and pepper, and of course our herbs. So in the meantime, I'm going to get these corn on the cob ready to go. We're doing these real similar: olive oil, salt and pepper, and then we're going to put them in the oven. You can put them out on the grill, you can boil them, but I like this a lot. They taste really, really yummy, and it's just an easy way to cook. And quite honestly, yeah, the prep time is nothing. And then we're going to get some salt and pepper, and that's it. And we'll put them in the oven at 350. And guys, anybody can do this, right? This is simple stuff. This is not highly complex. We're not having to conjure up amazing sauces or anything like that. There's no need for a sous chef in this, although the sous chef did prep those other ones. All right.
Sous chef / camera person.
So potatoes are coming good. So while this is getting ready, the oven's ready to get at temp. I'm going to throw together, again, not for the star of the show, but we're going to throw together some herbs, some flour, and some panko. Stay tuned. Okay, so potatoes are still boiling. They're going to take, like I said, about 20 minutes. But in the meantime, we've got all of our corn seasoned, salt, pepper, olive oil rolled up, and it's in the oven at 350. That's going to take about 20-25 minutes too, right? Because when the potatoes are done, we're going to take the next step, and it's arguably the most important step in the process of making these potatoes super light and fluffy and creamy all at the same time. And we're going to introduce you to a new instrument. Some of you may know about it, and some of you may not. In the meantime, we've got to dredge some of this beautiful chicken. We've got thighs, we've got legs, and do we have any breasts in there?
No, just
And buttermilk drenched and seasoned, and they are going to go into a glass of wine. No. But so this is flour, panko, some powdered garlic because I want it to stick. The herbs that we had, some sage, rosemary, salt, and pepper. And that's about it. And we're going to just roll them. And that's going to stick really nice to them. We're going to send them over on some wax paper. And then we'll get some oil to temperature. We have enough chicken to feed a small army here. The good news is we have a small army. We have plenty of people.
And there's some boneless chicken thighs in there.
We like boneless chicken thighs.
We'll cook up fast.
So we're going to get these coated, ready to go. Get our oil to temperature. Our oil's got a little extra garlic in there, so we'll get that nice and yummy and ready to go. We'll fry some chicken, but the next thing we'll probably start doing, it's going to start coming together. So it's going to be a busy kitchen for us. And what we're going to do is the longest, most concerning thing is going to be getting those potatoes riced. They take a little bit of time to get them through the ricer and get them set up. So that being said, the corn can sit comfortably in the oven. We just got to make sure we don't overcook it. And then we got to watch that chicken real closely. We don't want to overcook that and get that too hot. We'll be right back. Whew! It's getting hot in Noel's tiny kitchen, and that's one of the big things. And you guys are going to see real soon, we're going to have a remodel going on here. We're going to be putting a great big pass through so I can actually see the TV. That's not it. I can actually communicate with people that I'm cooking for when they're here, because that's what's important. Our oil's hot. We're ready to go. We're going to start dredging in. We've got mostly chicken legs and some thighs, and we've got some kind of tenders, right? Some breast pieces, and I'm going to test with those. So again, these are coated in flour and panko and herbs. We're probably just, it should be a little bit more sizzly than that. We're going to crank it up just a smidge, and that's why we run the test, right? And especially the bone-in pieces, you're talking probably 15-20 minutes. Check them, pull them off the heat, set them to the side. You know, they're gonna be hot. Touch them, right? If they're mushy, they're not done, right? If they're hard as a stone, you've overcooked them. So you want to check them frequently. These are nice big pieces, so these are going to take close to 20 minutes, I'm guessing. But watch your chicken, and as you get familiar with your chicken size and the heat of I have a gas stove here, so that's got a nice even hot temperature as opposed to using electric. So then our potatoes are done, and we're going to start ricing those in just a second. So I told you I was going to introduce you to an instrument. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is a ricer, right? And we're going to be putting the potatoes in here, in the cylinder, and we're going to mash them down. You don't whip them. You're not going to take a hand mixer. You're not going to mix them like that. That tends to go fast and leave lumps. And if it goes too long, then they get gluey, right? You start getting all of the starch out of them, and they start turning into a paste. We don't want that. This is what makes them light and fluffy. So watch what I'm talking about. We're gonna do a couple here while that chicken's going. So we're gonna load it up. Something like that. And again, it's nice when you've done a good job of dicing your potatoes, they're all going to be evenly cooked. You're not going to run into any potatoes that are undercooked or any that are super mashy and overcooked. So we're going to rice these. And then we're going to add our cream and just gently now come in there close. Look at how nicely that ricing looks, right? You can see they're nice and fine. They're gonna whip really nice and be very even and smooth and creamy. We'll be right back. So the chicken, again, we kind of started with the breast pieces here, the chicken tenders, if you will. They're coming along really nice. They've got a great golden color, and this batch is just about ready to come out. Some of our breadings come off there. But we're going to start adding our cream to our potatoes and start getting them in. So you can come in close. Look at how nice and airy that is. Look at how beautiful those are. That's amazing. And this is going to be our herbs. I'm going to take it down. And we're going to put, and watch. Just watch how it comes together. They lose that kind of mealy looking shape that they have from the ricer, right? So when are they done? When are they done, Noel? When are they done? So you're looking for an almost, this is still too heavy, right? This is still too heavy, right? It should be creamy. They should almost pour off of that, off your ladle, right? Off your spatula. But again, we want to just fold it in. We want to take our time, fold it in. Not work. There we go. We're real close. Okay. We're going to have a little leftover cream. Something tells me I'm going to have some cream in my eggs tomorrow.
That's why we always like a little extra
Might
cream.
get some creamy eggs in the morning. It's okay. All right, we're really good. I'm going to taste these. I'm going to add salt and pepper to taste, which is what you want to do at this point. You've got nice seasoning in there, but look at that. Beautiful. Those are creamy. I'm going to add some salt, you're going to add a little pepper, check it, and they're going to be ready. We're going to finish off our chicken, and we're going to plate. So there we have it, folks. We've got probably, I don't know, is this a summer favorite? Corn on the cob is kind of a summer deal, and fried chicken's probably great any time of the year. Mashed potatoes are definitely my fall favorite, and we're going to do some fun stuff around the holidays with our sides, our vegetables, and our potatoes. But hey, it looks great. I'm ready. I hope you get a chance to watch this video. And they're perfect. And give it a try. If you haven't done it before, give it a shot. If you've done it before, No time like the present, or if you haven't known before, rather, no time like the present. It's perfect. So we look forward to hearing from you. Please subscribe, like, watch the videos. We try and make them short and sweet and easy to watch. So let me know what your comments are and if you have any suggestions or ideas. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.